Welcome to the PFS Podcast. We are Paler Financial Services and are going to be covering various financial topics and current events. Mark Mogle here. As of this recording, the U.S. presidential election is just under 2 weeks away. I can sense the excitement in the air. Or is that angst? Who is going to win? Trump? Harris? Neither? Will we know on election day? Will we ever know? Who knows? One thing is most definitely true. Whether you like the outcome of the election or not, each of us must live in reality and focus on the things we can control. Just as smartphones and social media have given many Americans the attention span of a gnat, these mediums have also given us more exposure than ever to a 24/7 news cycle. We are constantly inundated with news and information about matters that we likely have no control over. We get all the worry and emotions to boot without much or any ability to do anything about it. While there are many benefits to technology, we are becoming more aware about the need to deal with the negative aspects of technology as well. There is a growing movement of conscientious people attempting to refocus their daily energies on what they can control rather than being consumed by things they cannot. As the 20th century American Christian theologian Reinhold Niebuhr states in the best-known version of his Serenity Prayer, God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. In the same way, it benefits investors to drown out the noise and focus on reality and fundamentals. While data can be sliced and diced to tell a story over a given time period, the reality is investors have made money under both Republican and Democrat administrations. The key was having the discipline to stay the course and drown out the noise. The following stats from Dimensional Fund Advisors sheds light on the long-term history for investors. Per DFA, since 1929, only 3 presidents have experienced negative returns for the S&P 500 on an annualized basis over the course of their terms. The average annualized return for a president's term is over 9.5%. Wow! To further impress the point that investors are rewarded for staying in the markets and keeping a long-term perspective, a Dalbar study performed on investor behavior annually over the last 40 years found investment results are more dependent on investor behavior than on fund performance. The latest Dalbar report reaffirms past research findings that investors who remain patient and didn't focus on short-term market movement and noise were significantly more successful than those who let their emotions override their longer-term strategy of building wealth. In conclusion, it literally pays for investors to drown out the noise, including elections, and focus on their long-term wealth-building strategy. This is not to encourage you not to engage in your civic duty. We are blessed to live in a constitutional republic, and you should take your right to vote seriously. Remember, control what you can control and love others. No matter what happens, be grateful for the life you have.
The information presented is not intended to constitute advice. We relied on sources we believe to be bona fide and accurate. Each person is responsible for exercising independent judgment in determining whether the information provided is appropriate for themselves.